And what got me out is your question, right? What got me out of those tough
what
times?
got you, out of that dark time, headed on the right path, even if you went, back and forth. Because it's not linear.
It's not linear. So I think constant. I got into a dark, maybe the relationship wasn't that bad, and maybe I was bad, and it opened doors to other things. I don't know. I hate to blame people for certain things, but I guess that's what opened the door to that. And I'll say it, fuck it. I felt it was a setback. So I used to be like hustling. Like I was just flying. Like I was on the fly. I was going, And then I met this person, and I think it set me back just for many reasons. And I had to get out of that relationship, which took time because there was a lot of narcissism, like just putting me down. Like, you need to be 30, you need to be married. Why aren't you married? You'll never find anyone else. And that was always the thing. You will never find, and I didn't feel like me. I would stop getting dressed.
He said this
to me
while you're together?
Yes. Because we were like breaking up. He's like, you think you're 30? Like, you think someone's going to want to marry you?
What is wrong with this guy?
And I'm like, damn, like I believe you. If I leave him, I will never have anyone else. Let me tell you something now. If any man leaves me, I will only find a better someone else. I swear, like, there's not just one person. Like, I know now what I deserve, and I never deserved to feel that. And I think it took therapy. So therapy, my therapist, Jel Toledo, I did a shoot for her yesterday. Like, it always comes back full circle, right? She literally told me off record, she goes, I can go to jail for this. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to ask how you feel. Leave that fucking guy. Go in your car for 5 minutes and ask God what to do. I was supposed to be on a flight to Paris because he lived there. That night, I sat in the car and I said, God, I don't want to go. What do I do? I swear on anything in this world, I get an alert that second. Your flight to Paris has been canceled. I ran at her door. I started knocking. I said,
could have been an audible voice phone. At that point.
What?
Yeah.
And a flight to Paris, it gets postponed maybe an hour or two. It never gets canceled. I called. I ended that relationship, and it took time. I had an abortion. I don't know if that had a lot to do with like hormones. I fell in a bad state. I went to Temple by myself. I was in a place where I would look out the balcony and say, I think I'm done here. Like, I think that's just where I'm at. Like, I can't believe this is me, but like, I think I'm done. I can't do that. Like, but I knew it wasn't me. It like wasn't me talking to myself. Like, it was like an external factor telling me like, I don't know, just like, I don't know. And I went to Temple, and on that night, the rabbi decides to speak on suicide. And he talks in his sermon, he says, he talks about a letter that the police found. This is a true story about a man who said, if somebody smiles at me on the way to the bridge, I will turn around. He never made it back. And I said, this is God smiling at me. Like, I am meant to be here. So like, God, I keep saying like, God, whatever you believe in, universe, whatever, and people. My family, they don't believe in therapy. They don't believe in this, that, whatever. I'm the crazy woo-woo wellness, like feel good, whatever, do good. And I went to my mom and I said, Mom, I have to move in here for a couple months. I got to move into your house. I can't be alone right now. Like, I'm scared of myself. It's not me. It's something else, but I got to move in with you. Moved into her apartment, left my apartment. And for 4 months, I was sleeping with my mom at 30 years old, 31. 30 years old, I'm living with my mom till 31 years old. And I'm cuddling with her every day. And we're playing dress up every night. And like, now I'm like, I'll never even get that time back with my mom. Right. That is so special. And I knew that I said, right now, I am in such a bad place that I don't know if I'll make it tomorrow. I need to be here with you. And she finally like heard me, because my mom was like, wake up, courage. My dad wake us up every morning. Allez, courage. Allez, courage. It means, come on, wake up, courage. That was the words out of my dad's mouth. You go to school, courage. Like, there was no like, oh, like, don't worry. Like, it was never that. It's like, you're taking a nap? Yeah, right. Not in my house, like hustle, you know? And she finally heard me out, and it took time. And even the way I work now, she says like, oh, you're taking the day off, like you're so lucky. And I'm like, yeah, this is how I choose to live right now. You know, and it takes time. Like I'm still going through it, and I'm taking my time. And I say, you know, success like equals money. It's not only that, but I'm like, damn, like you look at my like who I am on paper, and I'm like, damn, I should be making more money. But now it's about just being in a good place mentally is so huge for me. So huge for me. So God and people. God and my mom, you know? Yeah, that's what got me out. Oh my God, you got me on one today.
No, I mean,
I don't think people even know this.
Well, I mean, that's why you're here. And,
yeah.
And like, trust me, it's going to impact so many people. Because there's, you know, people need this. Like they need, you know, to hear someone's story that, because I'm sure, you know, somebody's following you on Instagram or whatever, they're thinking that you're just living the life and you know, and no, you know, everybody sees this highlight reel of what we put out there, but in the meantime, everybody's going through stuff. Everybody's going through stuff.
Everyone. So. You could be the richest and the most unhappy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've actually talked to several people that the richest friends they have are the most miserable friends. So you definitely have to have more than
like I just want wealth. I want happiness.
Yeah. What advice do you have for women who are striving to fulfill their potential? How have you turned your pain into purpose? And I know you've touched on that some today, but or your struggle as your superpower. So, but I would say the main one is like, let's just mic drop. What advice do you have for women who are striving to fulfill their potential?
I'll say drop your ego and drop your excuses. For sure, like, because, you know, one woman might think, oh, I look good, so that's going to be enough for me. That's your ego talking, you know? And we talked a lot about, you know, not working for free or all that stuff. Like, that's also dropping your ego and your excuses, oh, because I have to be paid more. No, it's absolutely not that. And it'll go back to your struggle as your superpower. Make your struggle your superpower. You know, like use that, whatever you're using as an excuse, because your struggle's your excuse. It can be if you choose it to be, or it could be your superpower if you choose it to be. So I'll leave it with that. Definitely just drop your ego, drop your excuses.